Howdy, y'all. My name is Press. I'm coming at you with some more Be Happy. And I'm just doing a little bit of plant watering, you know, just getting some of my farming stuff going on here. And we are back. And I want to thank everybody for all the comments down below. You guys really you gave me a lot of good info that's definitely going to help for today. I'm getting stuff a little bit in the way here. Hold on. All right, just let me back up real quick. Hold on. Oh no! No! God, why? Oh man. Guess what? I'm just kidding. We got keep inventory on. I tricked you. I scared you. You thought I was going to lose this. So, what ended up happening? Well, so you guys made it very clear. I didn't realize I was doing the wrong case sensitivity when it came to putting on keep inventory. But not only was it an issue with the case sensitivity that I was using, but also I had to go in like through some backwards way and turn cheats on. I apparently didn't have cheats active. I don't know, but I would like to thank Azure and some in our Discord for pointing that part out, because that was the part that was messing with me, because I tried it with the case sensitivity and it still wasn't working. And then once I was able to go in and actually like admin cheats on, then it worked. In addition to that, I would like to thank everybody for pointing out that the quest that I was trying to accomplish with all of these was the last quest in the Back to Basics. I thought I had accepted this quest, and so that's why I was kind of like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Why did I not complete this? So I must have just pressed the wrong thing, or I must not have finished it, but and I think part of it is because it didn't say quest complete, right? Usually when it's like you have all the stuff for it, it says, oh, you've got all the things. But I guess because I hadn't manually submitted them, I hadn't technically completed the quest. So it's something I need to pay attention to in the future. Everything else we have had has just been scanning our inventory. But anyway, so what are we going to be doing today? Well, it is time to do some bee breeding. It is officially breeding o'clock. So we are definitely going to be needing to expand a little bit over here, and we don't have a lot of space, and we don't have a lot of these power cables either. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do, and this is just kind of a little cheesy way for the moment, is we're just going to connect all this stuff up right here, and I'm just going to put a second layer on, and that's also where we're going to be putting our Mutatron. We're going to put it like right here, all right? And we're going to put our Mutagen Producer right here, okay? And then we're also going to put our additional apiaries connected up onto here. And so what I want to be doing while I'm working on this mutagen stuff, because there's some business that I'm going to have to attend to here, I want to be sure that we're getting as many combs cycling through as we can. So you're going to get an automation upgrade, and you're going to get an automation upgrade. So let's do this. So now it should automatically cycle these guys through. We'll see if that works or not. You're definitely going to get an automation upgrade. Basically, I want to be making as many honeycombs as possible because of the bee store that we have. Because what I was saying before, remember, is that one of the issues we're going to run into is that we're not going to have enough queens to accommodate all the different types of bees that we want. But if we can be able to pick up just some nice starter level bees, because you can't get any of the really high level bees from this, but you can get things like industrious, you can get things like imperials, etc. And what do those need? Those need pollen clusters. We can't get those. But even if we can just get like rockies, right? All those need are 64 rocky combs, which will take a while. But if we can get a second one of those, it's going to make things a lot easier. Additionally, being able to get more forest or meadows, these ones are some of like the easier ones in order to get a hold of on our own. So as far as like the honeycomb and whatnot, and they're like base queens, so those should be doable. So let's just let's move all this stuff around. Let's get all the combs going. But if we have this stuff going on in the background while we're doing other things, I don't think it should take us too long to be able to get some more queens. Okay, so let's get all that stuff out of there, and let's get you guys also on auto and auto. All right, and what else do we have here? We have two more of these up here, but oh, and these guys don't even have production upgrades, huh? They just have those. Let's grab half of these. Well, actually, no, we want full on Rocky. Let's, from these guys, let's take some of those, and let's give that to these water. Yeah, water is the one I want the most of right now, I think. And it's nighttime, so let us go and take a little nap. The reason I want the water is because that is a part of one of our quests at the moment as well. We're going to be focusing today on so many parts of making our bee stuff move forward, because once we can start generating resources, which is what we definitely want to do today, then we're going to be stepping this up to the next level. So what are we going to be doing here? Well, first things first, I need to put some mutagen in here, don't I? Oh man, these things... you know what I want to do? I want to switch out their power cables. Let's grab y'all, 2 and 3. Okay. And let's replace these ones with those. Oh, actually, you know what I'm going to need to do? I just realized I'm going to need to do it like this. It's going to need to be 1, 2, 3, so that there's a direct yellow line, so that it's getting the actual full power. And then this last one, I guess, yeah, we just hold on to those. Okay, so now how are you doing on energy? Yeah, all full. And you're getting there much quicker. Okay, cool. So let's grab some redstone and let's get that producing mutagen, because we're going to need that for sure. And then this is going to allow us to get our crossbred bees, right? That's what this thing does. I think that's what this thing does. I hope that's what this thing does. I believe that's what this thing does. I can't remember if this is the one that just gives us genes or if this is the one that actually gives us... No, I think this one actually gives us the crossbreeds, right? Let's read up on the advanced mutron again while we wait for it to power up. Back to basics. Nope, come on, open. And let's see, mutations, mutatron. Once you have some spare bees, you can do this by, let's see, you can mutate them. Yes, okay, so this is how we mutate them. So let's go grab our labware as well, and then we're gonna look into which bees that we wanna get. So the main thing that we're looking for are the bees that produce for us metals. That's the main thing I want to head for. So there's 2 ways that you can do that, but I do need to look up something really quickly because... all right, so there's ferrous. Now, is there resilient? Yeah, there's resilient. So what do you create? Because there are... Oh, yeah, these corroded queens. Okay, so corrodeds, those are different. They produce powders, all right? And so those are going to be things that we'll want to use eventually, but we're going to need a squeezer to be able to take care of that. Long story short, we need a bunch of different machines for that. So these are not the route that we're going to be going. Instead, we're going to be going down the magic route of bees, which give us the stannum and the cuprum. Stannum. Yeah. So these are the ones that we're supposed to be getting. So if we look at the recipe for these guys, I need an industrious and a forest, and then I can get the stannum. Now, where do I get this industrious from? Industrious is from a diligent and an unwary. Okay, is that it? Okay, so then we got to get diligence and unwearies. How do I get diligence? Common plus cultivated. All right, I'm writing this down. I'm going to take some notes. All right, so common plus cultivated leads to this diligent queen. Okay, diligent. Got it. Now, how do we get that unweary? Unweary. Okay. So, because I need to add diligent plus unweary, and that's going to get us to the industrious, right? And that's our goal right now, is to get this industrious queen. So then from there, recipe is a diligent plus a cultivated. So a diligent plus a cultivated leads to an unweary. So once I get the diligent, I need to produce an unweary. So here's where the issue comes in, is that if we don't have enough queens, we're going to run out of princesses to turn into these. So that's where we're going to be needing to get all that extra honey in order to just get more base bees in. Then from there, we need to know how to make a cultivated, which I believe is just a hive and a common. But let's find out. So embittered and common, rocky and common. So yeah, any hive bee plus a common can give you a cultivated. And by hive, I mean like the base level bees, right? Rockies, forests, meadows. So we'll be using those. And what is it saying here? Forest plus common. Yeah. All right. And then common is 2 hive bees, from what I remember. So common is kind of like the first one. So that's easy peasy. So 2 hive equals common. And then common plus hive equals cultivated. Common plus cultivated equals diligent. Diligent plus cultivated equals unweary. And then unweary and diligent equals industrious. That's our goal at the moment. That's, my goodness, that's a lot. Okay, are you automatic? Are you automatic? Yes. You two are doing nothing. So let's go look at all the bees that we have. Because, oh, and let me put all this food away. And we'll also, let's cook up them potatoes. Because it is a nice, quick, easy little, oh, wrong. Y'all ain't food. Not yet, you ain't. You stay, you go. Okay, and let's put away all our tree stuff. I know I still need to like start setting up that thing, and really basically what I wanted to do was I wanted to get ahead of the game here on this mutation stuff because I wasn't sure exactly how long this is all going to take us. But let's look at all of the bees that we have. Like how many extra queens do we have? We have 3 extra queens. Is that it? That's not going to be enough, I don't think. So let's see. We've got 1 meadows. We don't want to get rid of these ones, these like crazy ones, the unusuals, because they're not even going to help us anyways along our way. We have a rocky. We have the damp. Okay. So we have 1, basically all we have extra of is 1 rocky, 1 forest, and 1 meadows. But how are we doing on honey? Let's look at our honey production. Are you giving us anything? How about you? You've given us 4. That's great. Why is that not stacking? That was weird. It's slow. It's a slow process, but you know we'll get there eventually. Why are those not stacking? That's so bizarre. I feel like it should automatically stack. Okay, so we have. It looks like no. These are different. Okay. Now, shoot. So well, let's go ahead and we're gonna sacrifice one of our forests and our meadows. Those will be our first sets forward that we'll start with. So let us go ahead and put into this advanced Mutatron, which has plenty of mutagen, and this sucker is still got plenty of mutagen in it. Let us go ahead, and we are going to put the Forest Princess in with the Meadows Drone, and we are going to create a common queen. Awesome. Now, downside, I don't think this is actually going to produce for us a... It is a queen. Oh, it may produce for us a drone. So let us really quickly, yeah, because that's going to help us tremendously if we can do that. So let's grab you, and let's also go grab those lifespan things, the lifespan upgrades, because if this queen produces us pure drones, then we can do this, and as long as this is working. Oh, dang, this might have needed to have taken effect earlier. Let's give that a second. I'm going to wait for a moment for this to see if it starts working. Because once we can do... Okay, there we go, 25%. If I could cycle this through a couple of times and get a handful of drones, I'll feel a little bit more comfortable going forward. Because then if we ever need commons in the future, we can just breed with those drones and don't have to worry as much about the... what do you call it? The Mutatron. So basically, yeah, we want to produce a ton of drones of commons if we can get some. Keep those as kind of like a backstock, because then we can use those in the mutation or the Mutagen Producer Mutatron stuff in order to get those higher level bees. And the other thing, so let's look at some other quests that we're working on while we wait here. We have... The bee restaurant, let's look here. We still want to get all these damp combs so we can get some more princesses. This will be really great for us, these cultivateds and these commons, because that's 4 more queens that we have to mutate, right? So how are we doing on damps? What you got for me? Overall, do we just have 4? Because we had to spend the rest? Yep. So it's going to be some time. It's going to be some time. Do I have a second watery one? I don't. Ugh, man. Yeah, that's going to take some time. Is this even working? Oh, I'm a dingus. I can't put these straight on top because then there's no sun and then they don't get, okay. Well then, well, let's quickly grab all this and we're just going to move you to here. Lifespan? No, we don't need to do the lifespan. Production for sure we want. And I want to get actually full production here on this damp. Okay, this guy I'll move as soon as this guy's done. I can't have these like this. I'm a dingus. I need to have these coming out this way. So either I can push these guys forward, or I can push those guys backward. Either of those will work, but needs to be done. Gotcha. Well, that's silly. I was being silly. All right, so look, we got a drone out of it. So we have 1 extra drone. So I think I'll go until we get like maybe 3 drones, 3 or 4, and that'll be that. And maybe I will actually take this opportunity to take a quick break so I can let this stuff kind of add up and we can keep going from there. So yeah, let's do that. So I will be right back, y'all. All right, y'all. I let that run for a little bit longer just so we can get a couple more drones, but I wanted to make sure that we move forward a little bit here. And I just wanted to give you a look at the quest that I'm focusing on. So there's a couple of things that we want to get done, right? So first and foremost, what we're working on at present, I believe, is this one, right? I want to get machinery because this stuff is really going to help us move forward, and this is why I'm working towards getting the stannum and cuprum. Yeah, cuprum and stannum bees. And so those will produce for us actual nuggets alongside their honeycombs. So what that does is that means that we don't have to centrifuge the honey in order to get it, which is something we're still waiting to get. Also, once I complete this quest, I will get some sturdy casings, and then I will be able to make a centrifuge, which we can use in order to actually start getting honey from our bees, which is going to be amazing. We can't get oily combs yet, but I know how to produce them eventually with these refined drones and things, so we'll aim for that at some point. We can get ourselves a crescent hammer here if we turn in some cobblestone, so we'll definitely do that. Oh, I don't have any on me, but I'll do that in a little bit here. It's no biggie. These always have like the little helper quests, like the little things up at the top where it's like, oh, by the way, here's what's going on here. It's like this one will give us a chocolate bar, etc. We really want this beealizer, but we need honey drops for that. So that's what that centrifuge is going to do for us. These would also be obviously really, really helpful. Tons more production upgrades. And so, you know, having more honeycombs, that's going to do it for us. And plus more industrial apiaries help us do that more. We're getting to the point where we're almost going to have more apiaries than we have bees. But as we start to produce more stuff from each of the different types of bees that we produce, we'll be able to get more things. So like here we can get more diligence and unwearies by getting these stringy combs from the first sets of diligence and unwearies that we do. So we may not go straight through to the industrious. We may try and do something where we get a little bit more of the unwearies and whatnot so we can get more of those stringy combs. But I took some of those common drones, right? And we've still got more of them being produced because I'm allowing this guy to continue to cycle through, so we're good. And so let's move forward in this mutatron. Let's grab that Meadows Princess, and let's grab our this stuff, labware, and let's grab a what do you call this guy? A common, and we can get that cultivated queen. So that's what we're going to get. So let's get that queen. Let's get that one going, and let's get it cycling through so that we can get some more stuff from it. So I moved these around, obviously. And what do we want? We definitely want the lifespan, and we want the automation, and we'll put you in there. And so this, again, we're just going to do the same thing that we're doing here. We're cycling through so that we can get a bunch of drones. And let's look at how much have we produced so far as all the honey that we've got? Because we are getting some, a fair amount from some of these. Good amount of rocky. We're still, these damp really don't seem to produce very quickly, which is a shame because that is one that we're also waiting on. Once we get through that, that'll be great. Are you working? Working? Yeah, it says you're working. All right, cool. Honeycombs, nice. It's so weird. It does look like using the lifespan upgrades makes them produce honey faster. I'm just gonna put the rest of those in there. Okay, so let's see. How are we doing on these? All right, we're at 50 honeycombs. We're almost at 64, and there's several quests you can do with that. So we're gonna have to think about what we're gonna want to do specifically when we get that. So this bee restaurant, obviously, we're waiting here, right? Still got to get these 32 damp combs. That's kind of that's holding us back. As far as with the regular honey, let me just look around some of these quests. We can, eventually we're going to be getting dyed honey, which is going to be really cool. That's going to help us do some of these quests. So we're going to have to be able to get those, but we're going to get more flux ducts from that. That's going to be great. Ooh, yeah. So as soon as we can start getting these dyed honeys, that's going to be amazing for us for power-related things. What about resources? What do we got in here? So this was in order to get these specific types of princesses that might be hard to get. Like the river princesses, for example. These ones are hives. Or I believe they're hives, or at least I believe they're hives. If they're not hive bees, then they're down a path that's has to do with the watery ones that I don't think we can do on our own. Like we need an ocean bee or something maybe. But they're tricky to get. So I think a lot of these are rare hive bees. What are these called? Sticky princesses, skeletal princesses. Let me look at the, let's search for the skeletal. That'll be easy to do. So, whoops. Wrong button. I looked up the centrifuge, by the way. Here's the recipe for the centrifuge. So once we get those sturdy casings, we already have 6 copper, and we'll be producing cuprum from the little guys anyways, and we already have some glass as well. So we'll actually start to be able to make machines that can take us to the next level. That's when I think things are really going to start exploding for us. So we wanted to look up those skeletal bees. What's the recipe for a skeletal? A desolate and a forest. Oh, goodness. What's a desolate come from? Arid and bare. Ah, okay, I know what that's a long pathway of really dangerous bees. I think they hurt you when you're trying to produce from them. Okay, how are you doing up here, Mr. Man? Mr. Cultivateds? All right, we're getting some drones from you. Common. We've got a good amount of drones from the common. So now part of me is thinking, do we sacrifice this common? We've got plenty of drones, and we're going to be getting more of these guys soonish anyways, right? Like, which of these quests was it that also is going to give us those? Was it the machinery one? No, this one's going to give us more stanum and cuprum. Was it not this one? Not that one? Not that one? I know there was one. We were looking at it earlier, and it said it was going to give us more of those guys. Is the bee restaurant one? Aha, the damp combs. The damp combs will give us more of these guys. So we don't have to worry too much about holding on to those specific queens right now, as long as we've got those backup drones. Because those guys that we're getting, they don't come as perfect, pristine queens yet. They come as princesses, which means you have to have the appropriate drone if you want to actually have them producing the right things for you. So let's take this queen out. Oh, it's a queen. I need to make sure that it finishes. So let us take out the automation upgrade now. We'll just let that continue forward. And we'll let you do a couple more. Well, you know what? 3 is enough. I'm fine with 3. So let's take you out. Let's take out the lifespan upgrade. Let's take out the automation. Or actually, let's leave the lifespan in. I want you to go faster. And I need to go to bed because they don't do anything at night. And so what that's going to do is we're going to take those and we're going to jump straight to the next set, right? So if we mix the common and cultivated, we're going to get a diligent. And if we mix that diligent with the cultivated, then we're going to get the unwary. So what that means is that we are going to use the... All right, it's a tricky thing that we have to do, right? Because we have to make sure that we have the right queens and the right drones at the right time. So if I'm mixing diligent with cultivated, and I need to keep the diligent queen, so I have to make a diligent and an unwary. So I think what we'll do is we'll start with the common as the queen, and we'll use a cultivated princess or a drone, and that will give us the diligent. And then we'll use the cultivated queen with a diligent drone, and that'll give us the unwary, and then we can go from there to get the industrious. Okay, so you need to die. What about you? Okay, cool. We got our cultivateds. Now we're just waiting on this guy to cycle through. Let's look at all the honey that we got going. All right, a couple more honeys there. Okay, a couple more honeys there. I'm just gonna grab all the honey, get it stockpiling it up, so we're able to kind of get an eye on that. We may have almost enough for the 64. We almost have enough to buy another queen, which is, I'm super excited that we can do that. Just that we're going to have the ability to do that. And by being able to do it at the end of the episode, I'll be able to let time pass. Because if you look in here, and you look at the quest, it does say that they have a time on them. Store, okay? And so like if we look at this, 2 days and 0 hours cooldown. 2 days and 0 hours cooldown, right? So I'd like to use them sooner rather than later so that the time can start ticking down. I think what we'll go for, looking at the type of quests we have, I'm actually gonna have to think about this because, well, I mean, we can only get ones that take regular honey anyways, right? So that's probably only gonna be, that's only gonna be meadows or forest anyway. So, or we could get a tropical. That might be more important. Maybe we should get a tropical or a marshy. Yeah, because those are like rarer ones. Or a modest. Modest would head down that oily route, I believe, because that's the desert bee. Or wintry. I think maybe we go for like wintry and modest, or we go for like modest, tropical. We can only get one. Or we can get common and cultivated. Common and cultivated would help us to make more weary and diligence. So that's also a thing. It's tricky, because I mean, getting another queen, whatever it is going to be useful. All right, so now we got these guys. So let's do this one thing at a time. Okay, mutagen. Let us go. We're starting with a common princess with a cultivated drone, and we are going to produce either noble or diligent. Oh my goodness. The noble route would be really good to go down too, but we've got a goal. We've got to focus. We're going to go this way, but I can use my honeycombs in order to buy another common princess, and we'll produce another queen, and we'll make a noble. I think that'll be a good idea because it'll be a queen, so it'll be perfect. Okay, so let's grab a diligent first. Let's focus on this route, okay? So we're doing that. All right. And worst case scenario, we've always got bees that can produce honeycombs, and we can always get more of the lower level bees from the store if we need them in a pinch. Okay, so then we mix you, cultivated, with a common drone, right? No, wait. Aha, that's right. I'm getting ahead of myself. I need to actually produce some stuff from this sucker right now. So let's get that automated and up and running. Let's grab this honey. So while that's running, we're just going to leave the cultivateds doing their cultivated thing. Now, what I could do, honestly, if I wanted to risk it, I could start actually just throwing in bees and mixing them together and see what happens, because all this stuff that you do in the mutagen producer, this is basically skipping the Punnett square step. There is a whole genetics component to this where you basically, we'll see it once we get the beealyzer more in depth, but basically it's... you can mix them together in regular apiaries, and they have a chance of producing the effect that you want, or the mutation that you want, or whatever. We just are skipping that step by using the mutagen producers. So, any more regular honeycombs? Yep, and look, we got our first stringy comb as well. Awesome. And that we saw that that's going to be a necessary thing for us going forward from here. How are we doing? We got 64. Awesome. Okay, so then what do I want to purchase? Let's look at our store and let's think about what we want to grab from the store. We have the honey, unless there's something else that we can get from like the Some Magic or the resources. No, because those require resources to get them. Machinery, nope, we're waiting on that. Okay, Some Magic, store. Okay, let's look. I can't just buy an industrious, can I? No, you need pollen for that. Can't buy an imperial. I can buy common. Can I buy noble? No, noble, you need the thing. So if I do the common, I could get a noble and I could start producing those noble combs. So that's going to be useful for us in the future. I'm thinking maybe we go that route, We just kind of oh, what is this? Oh, that's 96. Princess and Drone Monastic. I don't know what that is. Monastic. Monastery makes me think that maybe it's for producing alcohol. I know there are bees that do that. So we can get the tropical, so we can get one of the base bees, right? Water. What about Valiant? No, that requires cookie. Or we can get cultivated or commons. And I think that's about it. So hive bees or cultivated or common. If it's going to come down to that, I guess... man, that's tricky. It's tricky. I think we go for the common. And then I start getting the stuff so that we can get the manual submit. Oh! I just assumed it was the same. All right. Well, shoot. Well, I need another 64. Cool. Great. Perfect. Wonderful. That's fine. All right, we'll take this diligent drone. You're going to keep on producing stuff for us while we wait. We're going to take you guys. I should have left the automation in there. That's fine. So cultivated princess is going to be mixed with diligent drone and get us the unwary, right? That was our goal. Cultivated and diligent produces unwary. We're going to get that guy. We're going to start those ones, and then we're going to end this episode by mixing together one of these with the, mixing the unwary drone with this diligent queen, just simply because we're going to have another drone for this more quickly than the other one. And that will get us, I think, where we want to go. So let's let this thing power through. Man, the lifespan thing, even at +4 lifespan, it's not going that fast. And so that will get us exactly what we're looking for. So again, and we're almost out of mutagen too. So this is... yeah, we're getting to that point where we're not going to have a ton more mutagen to be doing this stuff forward. So we got to think. Once we get industrious, what are we doing after industrious? Let's look at that while we wait for those things to kind of power through. Man, it's going to be a long episode, but I guess that's just how this stuff works. Industrious bee recipe is unwary plus diligent, and then uses. Because from here, we had wanted to get towards the stannum, right? Icy, aluminum, cuprum. Cuprum we could do. Industrious plus meadows. Or the stannum. So this gets us one step away. I mean, we could immediately take the industrious bee that we get and turn it into one of these. So that's going to be what we end up doing. So maybe what I'm going to do is I'm going to, again, step away for a tiny, tiny bit. And not only will we end this episode by having an industrious bee, I'll go ahead and do that probably off camera because I'm still waiting for this stuff to power through. We'll get the one industrious. But then I will take that industrious, I will turn it, I'll cycle it through a couple times so I get some drones, and then I will turn it into either the cuprum or the stannum at the end of this episode, and then I think from there we'll be able to move forward. I think that'll give us a good place to end. So give me one last little tiny break, and I'll be right back. All right, quick update. We are about to make an industrious queen. Just show you guys. Let's do this. And yep, we're running low on mutagen, so we don't have too much longer that we can do this without getting forward in our quest. So this is perfect. It'll give me time to like build up resources back up. We're waiting on this guy to finish another cycle through so that we get an extra drone or two, hopefully. And so let's actually take out the automation upgrade, and maybe we can just sit here and watch this happen because we're gonna immediately go. Oh, you know what? I need to put this guy in here, and I need him to start producing real fast as well. Industrious Queen should be going. We'll let that go. I just want to see if we can't get this guy. Because what we need, right, is we're going to... actually, now that I think about it, yeah, once I get the drones from this guy I actually do want to keep cycling through now that I think about it. Let's take out the lifespan upgrade. He's just going to be producing for us stringy combs for a while because we're not going to be using that queen. And then we can build up these stringy combs and get a bunch more of those guys, which is going to be great for us to be able to get more industrious bees in order to get more the other alloy bees, I think is what they're called. It's the magical metal bees is what they are. All right, so he is working. His lifespan, even though he's got lifespan upgraded 4, it's still going to take a while for this one to work. He's got everything he needs, though. It's working, so it's not like he's missing any flowers or anything. So that's great. Production, I would love to get on this guy. Production for Rocky is important. You don't need it so much. We got plenty of Syrian combs and more importantly, or mundane combs, and more importantly, I'm not worried about that at the moment. So let's grab 3 of those, and let's pop these into here because we want more stringies. What else are the other upgrades that we have? Just lifespan. Okay. So these guys I've been lifespanning through. Wow, and that has been producing a lot of those for me. Has it been helping? Who knows? As far as the amount of honey being produced. But it's fine. So, how are we doing here? You almost done it? Have you almost done it? No. Okay. Well, we'll be right back once this guy has finished so that we can end by making either the cuprum or the stannum bee. All right. See y'all in a second. All right, so we are back, and I've made some decisions, because what I found out is that industrious bees, they also produce pollen alongside stringy combs, so I was like, I would like that happening. So I got some production upgrades, I got some lifespan upgrades, I got some automation, because remember we saw that in order to get more industrious queens, you need to have pollen clusters as well, if you want to buy them from the store. So I figured it'd be good to have this stuff producing. So how are we going to deal with this issue? Well, we are going to sacrifice one of our hive bees. And now that might sound scary, right? Remember, we have tons and tons of drones on these guys, so we're not worried too much about losing them over time. If I needed to, I could take this extra Rocky Princess, pop it into an apiary with automation and 19 of these Meadows drones, and I guarantee you, now this is not, you know, a 100% truth. Like when I say I guarantee, I'm talking about like in my experience, this will, after about 5 or 6 generations of mating with a pure hive bee or a pure Meadows drone, no matter what this princess started out at, it's going to end up as this, like what pure version of this is. So if I need to strong arm it, I can do that in order to get another Meadows. Or we have all these drones that we can breed with, so it shouldn't be too bad. But we also know that as long as we keep this guy around and keep this one producing, which we will definitely be doing, I'll be getting some more production upgrades on that guy soon, then we can get enough of the... whatchamacallums. Let's actually take these out and put these on here. We can get enough of the honeycombs to buy more from the store anyway, so we'll also be doing that. As you can see, I got a little bit of food in my inventory. I got a little bit bored, so I went over there and I gathered a bunch of food. So let us go ahead and do then our mutation, our final mutation for today's episode so that we can actually end on getting one of these bees. So what are we going to end up with? We're going to end up with, I believe, the cuprum? Yeah, so if you mix a Meadows princess with an industrious drone, or just basically if you mix meadows with industrious, you get cuprum as the random thing that you can get. So we're going to get it, and we're going to start being able to produce copper, and that is huge. So we're going to get you for sure into one of these suckers. Do we have an open one? No, we don't. All right, so then, sorry, Mr. Man, you're out of here. Let's get cuprum queen up in this. Let's get that automated. Yeah, and let's also get a lifespan thing on here so we can start getting some drones from this as well. Looks like it's got everything it needs. Temperature's good, everything else is good. Let's make sure that this is actually, yep, 25%, so it's even gonna produce them quickly. That's perfect. And we'll just store away the rest of our stuff. And that's gonna be where we're gonna end this episode because, you know, I am, man, have I gone way too long today. I do that a lot in these Be Happies because I wanna try and get as much done as I can, and so as a result, I end up spending way more time than I should. We've got a nice little backlog of honeycombs coming up here, but not necessarily all that we need. And now that we're starting to split all of our production upgrades across some of these guys, it's making it a little more difficult to get everything that we need. But I do think that this is going to provide for us ultimately all the stuff that we want. What are you? You're water? Yeah, that's right. You're damp. Okay. Okay, just double checking all the stuff that I should be producing. So we should hopefully see this guy start producing some copper nuggets in there, if I'm not mistaken. Can we get a couple production upgrades? You're empty. What did I take out of you? I don't even know. Oh, that's right. I took out the, mundane or whatever, I think. Oh, no, that's where I took the forest from. That's right. So let's take all this stuff out. Just we'll reconsolidate before the next time I start. I just really want to see if this guy will produce, what he is supposed to produce. Come on, buddy. Produce for me some stuff. That's all I want to see. That's all I want to see. It's always waiting. It's always waiting with you, bees. Why you gotta make me wait? Why you gotta make me wait, huh? Come on, bro. All right. Well, we'll have to wait and see what comes out for next episode. It should start working. They should, if we look at what the cuprum bee does, if we go for cuprum and we say uses, it should show us bee produce. I don't know what special means other than I think this just means like it comes along with it. Because if we search for, let's say, industrious, and we hit uses, boop, 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 boop. Oh no, that's from produce. All right, so special, maybe it's random chance. Maybe I need to look into something else in order to make sure that that happens. So that's something I'm gonna have to research. But for now, we've done some breeding, y'all. You guys now understand what bee breeding is all about. And with this fancy mutation thing, I mean, honestly, it's baby easy. Like, it's super easy when you got that thing that just lets you like immediately skip the whole process of actually having to try and breed the things. But that's fine. It's gonna get us to the higher levels quicker. We can start automating this stuff. We can start making more things. As soon as I can get more metals, I can start producing more of these pipes. I can produce more of the solar panels. I can produce more of the stuff so that we can actually spread things out and build ourselves a true beehive, because you know that the pig pen beehive combo is gonna be mind-blowing. But yeah, with all that, y'all, thank you all for watching. If you liked what you saw, please be sure to give this video a like, a favorite, and subscribe to the channel. My name has been Price, and I will see y'all next time.